Yes, I may be weak. Yes, I may be suffering. But the thing is, I still am alive right now. And that gives me more reason than anything to continue to exalt God every day. To continue thanking Him for the life He's given me. Continue thanking Him for the opportunities. And thanking Him really for the ability to be in this kind of situation. Hey everyone, it's me, Paige here, and this is part 2 of the top 10 worst pains I felt here during my hospitalization. Now, if you want to see part 1 of this video, you can either click the link somewhere up there, or just go down in the description below, or see my channel page itself. But now, starting back up with this video, where we left off last time at number 5, which is the feeding tube. Now, as you could probably tell by my appearance, I don't have the feeding tube anymore, which is great news because I absolutely hated the feeding tube. As I said in my last video about the bone marrow transplant process, I said it was the worst pain I've ever felt during my bone marrow transplant experience. And that is extremely large statement. I had uncomfortable feelings while talking and eating. I could feel the tube in the back of my throat. I could feel the tube moving as I was talking. And one time, absolute worst experience, I remember just waking up to feeling something on me. And next thing I end up realizing is that the feeding tube ended up breaking open in the middle of the night. And it spilled all over my bed, all over my linens, and all over my clothes in the middle of the night. And I remember constantly feeling anxiety whenever I was using the bathroom or sleeping, knowing that at any moment the tube could break open and spill just like how it did last time. And now, let's move on to number 4 on this list, sleepless nights, which made every issue on this list worse. So, all of the other issues I was talking about in the last video was made even worse because of the sleepless nights, and especially because of the feeding tube too. Because I remember tossing and turning in the middle of the night, waking up. Having sleepless nights is the worst, it's like one of the worst curses you could ever have, because I would end up falling asleep during the day. I'd end up missing school because of it. I'd end up missing check-ins with doctors and nurses, unable to talk with them about like how I'm feeling, you know, which made my dad even more vital importance because I was drowsy during the day, randomly getting shots of hot and cold during the night, and just being unable to sleep. The thing is, this made it incredibly difficult for my schedule during the day. And now, tying in with sleepless nights, we have number 3 on my list. One of the worst things that I could say has been the bane of my existence for these past weeks. And another giant issue with my sleepless nights is the fevers, man. And man, it's basically, I've been having fevers twice a day, every day for like every single week. And I've been having flu-like symptoms, which has been including aches and pains all over my body, intense chills. I know in my other BMT video, I'll be talking about how I have chills, but imagine those chills, but 5 times worse. That's how bad those chills were. Another flu-like symptom I was feeling was this rusty-like feeling all over my body, and it would cause me to have to use extreme amounts of energy and have to extremely exert myself just to do simple maneuvers. I was having so much trouble moving that my dad said that if you're having this much trouble moving, you have no excuse to be moving at all. And so I decided just to sit down and just wait it through. But moving into number 2 on the list, oh my goodness, I hate this issue so much. The itching, man. The itching has been bothering me ever since transplant day. And it is still here, even to this day. I mean, now, I'm not even dealing with the fevers anymore. I don't even have the feeding tube anymore. As you can see, the feeding tube is gone. Right now, sleepless nights, I'm still feeling them, but it's not as worse as they were before. But I'm still feeling the itching. And I've been having cracky, dry, irritated skin. It's mostly on my hands, but right now they're pretty moisturized. But You see how moisturized my hands are. You see how much lotion I have to put on my hands just to keep them moisturized. It is insane. I mean, just without this, my hands look like I'm a reptile or something. Like they're all cracky and they look all weird. These issues, all these issues I'm feeling are all part of the engraftment process, because the thing is, it's essentially like my old body got completely wiped out, got completely destroyed, and I'm essentially getting recreated. And with that being said, I also want to give a hefty shout out to the medical staff and medical team, my doctors, my nurses, my care nutritionist people. They have all been here, you know, they've been the ones prescribing me the medicines that help cope with all this. They've been the ones giving me the pain pills, giving me the, prescribing me the lotions I've been using, and they've been a high morale booster. Even if sometimes I may be a bit annoyed of them when they come in at 4 o'clock in the morning, I still know that they're doing it for a good deed, and to ensure that even though I might be suffering through this process, that I am recovering well. But now, finally, we're going to move on to number 1 on this list. The worst pain I have ever felt during my hospitalization. And that is the pain that I have during my bowel movements. When they hit me with the radiation, it damaged everything in my body. And basically, I have inflammation everywhere in my GI tract. And so, it's damaged everything in my intestines, everything in my throat, and basically everything. And for some people, that causes gut pain, and that can cause, you know, all sort of issues. But for me, that was causing lead to intense soreness and pain whenever I've had a bowel movement. It was the worst pain I have ever felt in my life. It was a 21 out of 10 pain. I could barely even walk, and my dad would have to help me walk over to my bed. And even while I was laying down, literally entirely still, I was wailing and weeping to myself because it hurt so bad. The thing is, even with Oxycontin and with morphine, some of the strongest pain relieving drugs they have, still only masked it down from 21 out of 10 pain to an 18 out of 10 pain. 18 out of 10, which means that even while I had Tylenol, Oxy, and morphine all stacked on top of each other, this pain still only got masked down to 18 out of 10. And on better times, when I started healing from the mucositis, the morphine only masked it to an 8 to a 9 out of 10, which is still incredibly bad and still hurts. Yes, I may be weak. Yes, I may be suffering. But the thing is, I still am alive right now, and that gives me more reason than anything to continue to exalt God every day, to continue thanking Him for the life He's given me, continue thanking Him for the opportunities, and thanking Him really for the ability to be in this kind of situation. And I'm in a very small minority right now, but even though I am in a minority, I still want to spread this message out to say that you can make it through a transplant process like this, and it will be difficult, it will be challenging, but God's got you. He always has and He always will. And never be scared of any challenges that the devil may throw at you, any scary situations you may find yourself in, or any random surprises like the IV that came out of nowhere, or like the annoying itching, or like the Thiatepa baths we'll be having to take, or the doctors and nurses coming in saying the same repetitive questions. It will get annoying, yes it will, but the thing is, every day is a different battle. You just have to continue fighting your fights the best way you can, and to not let the devil make you take control over your life and make you lose in the end. Because the thing is, the exact second that happens, it's all over. So always remember to continue staying faithful in God, because He is there for you, and He always has been, and He always will. But all of that being said, I hope all of you enjoyed my message. I hope all of you enjoyed my video, and I hope all of you have great and blessed lives. Leave in the comments your worst experiences that you've ever had in your life, your worst pains too, and any testimonies that you might have had about pains and experiences you've had. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.